They have Underlord this time around, also instant stun with the Rubik lift. That's still favoring BetBoom's draft slightly. This is like 55-45.
Well, BetBoom not doing it. They're not following the rules. They are being illegal. Lacoste, they're heading bottom. Not going to that top twin gate.
No.
Or are they going bottom to go through the gate to go to the top twin gate?
And that's
we'll see
the play.
where they end up, yeah. Oh, Game Gladiators
like
spread a...
Gaimin is not going to take the fight, but BetBoom, they might.
They're just waiting on top of their own high ground. Place their own bit of vision. Watcher has been taken by GG in that bottom right corner, though. The line is drawn by Save.
30 seconds to battle.
Get out there and contest some bounty runes, shall we? Early wards out from Gaimin as well. One up towards that top lane, one in the mid lane. Nothing's going to be scouted here, so always curious in the beginnings of a new patch how the warding system is created. You know, what are supports looking at? How are we going to get D-wards in the mid lane? What tricks can people find to look for those little bits of vision, right? How do you get the Slark hacks enabled? You stand in tower range during nighttime. Do we go and see if they're shooting arrows at me from high ground into darkness?
Slark will have extra job to do. If there's a watcher from enemy team, first he needs to take it, then needs to figure out whether he's under the vision or not. So we'll lose extra 2 seconds. It adds up eventually. But Rubik and Underlord laying together. It's a lot of damage, and I see Ace already starting with Firestorm. Nothing skilled on Rubik. It's just going to be Fate Bolt, Telekinesis level 1, and they're going to push out this wave immediately.
Zap the range creep. Accelerate. Taking a lot of damage. Shockwave comes, but Save. The last blast will take him down. First blood for the Pugna.
Same thing happened in the previous game. He was the one who got the first blood. Will block the small camp, body block it. Also had Blood Grenade available if it was necessary, but managed to get the max range blast. Gets the kill.
Absolutely knowing the limits of his hero. Was so patient there with that couple of seconds waiting for the nether blast. It gives Reza a bit of free farming time. It doesn't look like Alk is going to be under too much pressure there, though. Celery will gladly give his life to allow the Alchemist to get his farm on. If they manipulate these waves, though, Rezo could be looking for the skewers back under tower. Down that bottom lane, Nightfall Slark, 5 and 2, and the lane dragging shenanigans. No matter what patch we're in, we're going to have creep wave manipulation.
That's one thing I thought it's going to get fixed, but now that we have like a lot of these different changes, we'll see if it's still going to be a thing. Nightfall, he is cliffed. But this is Slark we're talking about, gets pounced immediately off.
Tofu taking quite a bit of damage. Has to back up and regen himself. While Duraccio pops his stick top. Resolution can't finish him off, and Save still in his 1v1 fight with Celery. Well, decrap to stop the glaives of wisdom from coming his way. And it looks like yet again GPK on this Storm Spirit mid handling Quinn in those straight 1v1.
Yeah, I said it's a bad matchup for Pango. Kind of hard one. You get close, you can't really use Shield Crash when you're playing against like certain melee matchups where you use it, you start trading, you push out the enemy hero out of the lane, he can't get close to CS. Against Storm Spirit, all he needs to do is use Static Remnant, that's about it, and you'll get harassed. This time around, GPK going for a different build, 1-1-1, compared to the previous one when he was playing against the Dragon Knight, knew that he couldn't kill him, opted to go for a 2-0-2 build. But this does give him a kill threat, especially if Pango overextends.
Yeah, can you still pull Pango out of Shield Crash? Like
Yes.
mid-animation? Okay.
Yeah, you can do that with a lot of abilities. Stop it from going off.
Yeah. Let's see if
All you
GPK
have to
can
do
that.
is be professional e-gamer. Have those reflexes.
Enable quick cast. That's the way to do
That's
it.
how you start.
And then press your buttons. Muscle memory, that's key. No, Alchemist 19 and 3. Yeah, they've protected Duraccio very well here, even with Celery's death. Onto Tokyo, trying to do the same job for Nightfall down bottom. Getting some stacks up. Fighting Tofu away. Doesn't feel like they can fight into this Underlord too well, though. Ace very strong in this lane. Triple gauntlets, boots of speed. Not only is he tanky and packs a punch, but he can chase down the Mirana potentially.
As expected, Underlord is farming. Has enough to buy mana boots. That's gonna give them more sustain, more spam in the lane. Tofu, getting chased, does have healing Lotus. Doesn't even need to pop it. Needs to bring some extra healing to this lane. Toronto Tokyo, level 2 Starstorm, and now Nightfall. We'll start to play a little bit more aggressive. They fortify.
Yeah, I just don't want to be sitting in the Firestorm. Mirana even just leap away from the hit of Ace. And Nightfall should be able to gather up this creep wave under his tower, quite simply. A much slower start than what we saw in game number 1. BetBoom probably feel pretty good about that, knowing that Gaming Gladiators have some pretty strong laners out here on the map. And the big thing we're going to be looking for is this level 6 on the Storm and the Pango. Once they start rotating and moving into side lanes, things can get very chaotic. And Resolution getting stunned for a second. He even turns and fights into Duraccio at low HP, knowing that Save has his back.
Gave him Lotus. 125 HP. Plus mana. Could be a good turnaround point. Celery now. Putting some pressure. Level 2 Arcane Curse. Save. Pops the stick.
Skewer across will finish him off. Resolution with the kill in his top lane. Again, it's Celery's job really here to bodyguard Duraccio.
Maybe he thought Duraccio's was going to join him in the adventures. Use that concoction. It didn't come out. How's mid lane doing? 37-5 against 27-5 on Quinn. About to crack level 6 still at the same time as Storm Spirit.
Another go on top. Save has the decrep, protects himself against the concoction. Nicely. Bailing Resolution out there as well. And I've realized these lotuses, you remember the moonwells we had? The shrines? These are basically shrines without being shrines, aren't they?
How do we add shrines back into the
game? How do we add shrines back into the game without adding shrines?
One of these newer buildings is gonna get removed from the game eventually. We're gonna figure out... Oh,
self-stun?
Alchemist stunned himself. The channel. Get himself a Lotus.
Which one do you reckon? The Lotuses or the Watchers? I mean, Twin Gates, they're staying. We need these Twin Gates.
Are staying. Yeah, the Roshan, it would be too much work to reverse it back. So I think...
Roche would have to walk across the map instead of teleporting.
Through the river.
Yeah.
Gets stunned. You stuns everybody, pushes them back, knock back. Yeah, as you said, a bit of a slower start to the game. Nightfall is the one getting the farm. Wants to get that level 6. You see Toronto Tokyo. He's going for that 7-minute XP rune. So, seems like Gaming Gladiators will not be able to pick up any. What a sneaky move.
Yeah, very nice. Just lurking in the shadows, picking things up behind enemy lines. The recon man. And Quinn and GPK, both level 6. Still want to see if they make a move or if we bring heroes into mid to try and combat the Storm Spirit. Quinn on division right now. Dire and Radiant both with those mid lane wards watching over rune spots. And Quinn applying a little bit of pressure there on the Storm, but GPK gives as good as he takes. Pops the illusion rune too. Thinking about the roll back in, because GPK is low, but has Magic Stick, Fairy Fire, and back into the Strength Treads.
Sitting on 400 mana, should be enough. Next rune spawning in 20 seconds. Save, already making a rotation.
He gets up in the face of Quinn. Another zip in. Cancel out the roll and a good arrow connection from Toronto Tokyo. Bringing both of those supports to guard the 8-minute rune. And getting a kill on the mid laner. Invis is spawning up top. Let's see if Celery can deny it. Save picks it up before he can. And now Celery put himself in harm's way. So GPK can get the clicks on him. Oh, the final touch for Save there.
Save had to do it. He had to take it. But now the map kind of splits because they made all these rotations. Slark farming the bottom lane, getting himself closer to level 6. Once he gets close to level 6, I don't think they can really kill him unless they commit with the global silence. Silencer only level 4.5. Both supports are going to be slightly under leveled. because of their XP runes got stolen, so... This is very important. There is no tome available anymore. We gotta be careful to not end up being level 4, level 5, 13, 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it gets even worse if you're like, oh yeah, we forgot about the wisdom rune. Should we go over there and check if it's still there? You find out it's not. You waste all this time. You need to be out on the map doing stuff. Some TP's top from BetBoom. I think Gaming Gladiators have a ward there watching the move. Yeah. Dire Obs and Sentry sees the Marana and the Storm heading northward, so Dyrachyo dips back into the jungle with his treads, Soul Ring, and farm things out with Acid Spray. So it looks like Gaming Gladiators just going to... Oh no, they're not going to give up on this tier 1. I thought they were going to head down bottom with this smoke, but they want to fight. They've got Rolling Thunder back. Deep Radiant Vision there from BetBoom. And Dyrachyo, who's being dangled in front of them, being used as bait. The Gaming Gladiators, they're setting the trap. Gets the ulti off. Stun is coming, but the RP connects on the two of them. GPK unloading damage, but he's not tanky enough to withstand the DPS of Gaming Gladiators in the roll, stopping the Twin Gate usage of Toronto Tokyo. 3 huge kills for Gaming Gladiators and a great rotation from Quinn.
Dyrachyo gets the ulti off, has Occult Bracelet, so extra magic resistance, extra strength. This is like extra HP. You're sitting underneath the tower, getting extra regen, getting extra armor, and they come in and save him. This is gonna be some good timing on a Radiance. Dyrachyo
what's
having a much
him?
better game.
What's wrong with the Alk? Do you not see this? Look at the Observer score. He's just like wobbling. Isn't his like flail animation?
Yeah, I thought this is what Alchemist looks to me normally. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm an alchemist. I hit creeps.
Does he even hit? He doesn't hit them.
He's not. That's what I mean. He's not doing anything. He's just floating around. Concoction channeled. Life drain going to be stopped and saved. Dying here under the acid spray and the firestorm. So much damage spread around on top of the Pugner's head, and even getting the Pit of Malice to catch Resolution. Skewer back. Will connect on Quinn. A steal there. Will grab Skewer. Allow Tofu to have that for the next team fight. Just a quick in and out from Gaming Gladiators in that top lane.
We fixed the Alchemist. He's back. Minus remove bug. And he's back to hitting stuff. This is going to be, what, 12 minutes, maybe even less Radiance timing, and then he can start to farm things up. Much better game for Gaming Gladiators, because Underlord, he's having a good time. Vanguard done, going into mech next. Slark, he can't really fight against Alchemist when he has Radiance plus another item, whether that's going to be like a Sange to amplify things, or he wants to be able to pick up BKB as a second item. I was also wondering, like, what are we gonna see BKB being purchased slightly later, considering all the changes that happened to it, because it doesn't give, like, spell immunity anymore.
Yeah, we've also been wondering if, like, Sand and Yasha, Kai Sange are going to become more prominent items as well.
I think so.
Well, Global's there. And we're talking about how that's the tool they need to use against the Storm Spirit. GPK with some fancy footwork, getting away from one of the Rolling Thunder crashes, but in the end, pummeled into the ground by Quinn. Upset with how that lane went in the 1v1, so he brings the numbers to kill off GPK again. Toronto Tokyo going to run out of there with the DD rune. 5-4, pretty close in terms of kills, but a 5k net worth lead emerging now, thanks to the, Alchemist for sure, but both Underlord and Pango overfarmed compared to their counterparts.
Absolutely. First usage of the Global Silence, they do get a kill. Silencer also stealing 8 intelligence. Especially against the Storm Spirit, it's so good to have a value point in it. Same goes for Slark. This hero does rely so much on mana. You also have the Fusel Blade Carrier on your team, so burning more mana, stealing mana. It's gonna be really good. For now, Save, he's the one trying to split push, trying to get the tower for himself. When he's chasing to see if he can burn his mana.
Just run away from the life drain and go back in with another swashbuckle in a second if he wants to. Feel something coming though, as Nightfall rotating up here with Resolution. They spot Dyrachyo, reasonably tanky Alchemist though, and Nightfall pretty deep with the help of GPK onto Quinn. The swashbuckle away, the concoction coming, aiming for the Magnus, and Nightfall and GPK running low on resources. They'll use the RP to catch up Dyrachyo, but here comes the rest of Gaming Gladiators. GPK falls quickly. Save, gonna get reversed. Back in, thanks to Tofu. Stealing that RP, gotta feel real good. Trading out Quinn for the mid laner and a +1. The Pugner dying too.
Slark, he wanted to join the fight, try to get something going. You're fighting into Radiance, the Mischance, Firestorm. There's a lot of damage on the ground. Like one Swashbuckle burns your mana. If there's an Arcane Curse, there was no Global Silence available. But Gaming Gladiators, they are really in full control of this game. This is the third bet on GPK, so kind of a rough one for him.
Man, nowhere near as simple as game one. This time, Celery's turn to steal a Wisdom Rune. Takes it from that Radiant side of the map. And there is still one over on the Dire side too for them to fall back on. But this is key timing for getting Gladiators. They know they can play very quick off the back of this Radiance, Alk, Diffusal, Pango, and all the auras that the Underlord provides. So really just a case of picking your position on the map, where you want to be fighting. Are we going for an early Roshan? Not really for GG. We want to be brawling, finding picks, and Resolution will be the target of choice. Unfortunately, Dyrachyo can't get in range with the stun, so he'll clear out the creep wave instead. But it would be nice to see Gaming Gladiators maybe, going through the Twin Gate to head bottom, set up for a fight down there. And they do move with one hero, but Ace scanned out and surrounded immediately by BetBoom. Arrowed and a global, maybe a bit of coverage here for Ace to allow the rest of them to arrive.
Tanky.
He's so incredibly tanky. And Quinn is arriving to save up the Underlord. A skewer across, they're going to find Ace eventually, or are they? He's fine. He's back in the tree line. Quinn getting vortexed. A lot of damage from GPK. Quinn, with
he disarmed both of them.
Disarming them, but still dies. Nightfall in Toronto, Tokyo. Get on top of him.
This was a fight without Alchemist. He's still top. Maybe he could have tried a TP. They still have tier 1 tower available. With that Radiance, with the Acid Spray, it should be more than enough to maybe finish off 2, maybe even 3 of those heroes. But BetBoom fighting back, only losing save there.
Yeah, still bringing everyone back down to bottom. Can't really press forward through the Underlord as he holds the tier 1 down there. I'll try and wrap around in behind him potentially. Look for those supports lurking behind Ace. And Swashbuckle spent in the mid lane might be a signal to go here for BetBoom. In fact, it is. But GPK losing a lot of his resources early on, but Quinn gets blown up to the Starstorm. Celery, he wants it, and he'll get it. Takes down GPK and loses his life in the trade, but takes him down as an RP from Rezo finds Tofu in the backlines, and BetBoom suddenly swinging momentum their way.
They're doing a really good job splitting up the fight. Not fighting close to Dyrachyo. I guess Dyrachyo wanted to farm his BKB before he joins. And also Nightfall investing his gold into another small item, picking up Diffusal Blade after finishing off Echo Saber. In the previous patch, it would probably be Echo Saber, disassemble, get the Ags, but with the damage that he has from Empower, which is maxed out, now he can afford for himself to be like this damage. He wants to get in and out of the fight multiple times. They find Dyrachyo with the BKB.
A challenge for sure.
A bit of a difficult task, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So far in this patch, it's felt like you have to bring 5 heroes to every fight, or else you'll lose the fight, lose a tower, lose a lot of map control. And people really do like swarming as a big unit. And BetBoom, not changing their game plan at all from patch to patch. This is how they've liked to play. Holding hands together and making sure every fight is a dominant one. Like you say, Gaming Gladiators have been without this Alchemist in the past couple of engagements. Need to get Dyrachyo involved somehow. Glimmer out from save. Walks into sentry range though, so the concoction is there. Arrow, nicely placed. Will buy the time for the Pugna to TP away.
No. Stuns available, also the Cripify. Great against Concoction, because it's physical damage. Gonna be a good saving tool. We see, even though Ace had a really great time in the laning stage, still having a good time in the game. 18 minutes, tower about to fall. We talked about this tower not having the greatest importance anymore compared to the previous patch, because it's so easily ganked. You can approach from literally 4 different sides.
There's a gate next to it. Just walk straight in there. Well, 18 minutes in. BetBoom, 4 heroes down bot. The Mirana's the one out on the map pushing that top lane. I'm curious to see how she rejoins the rest of the team, because they are starting the fight onto Ace. Global Silence trying to give that cover, and in comes Dyrachyo. Ace still alive. pops out all the barriers he can. A skewer across. And it's going to move Dyrachyo away from the battle. They'll lose the Pugna, but yet again, BetBoom disengaged from this disadvantageous battle.
They popped the global silence, so next fight, I assume they're going to try to smoke and get the fight going. It's also nighttime for another minute, so maybe they could try to take a fight, turn that into Roche. Not sure if they have enough time for everything, because they also want to have Pugna in the next fight. But without the global silence, you see how Nightfall managed to even get the Dark Pact off before the global came in, used Pounce to reinitiate. We still haven't seen this BKB being used from Alchemist.
Oh yeah, he's ready to go. Early glyph there from BetBoom, just to slow the approach of gaming in that mid lane. Ace always able to join fights with his Fiend's Gate, so he's out pushing waves top. If they do start something, they can just teleport across the map. But yeah, here's the thing, you know, Gaming Gladiators take tier 1 bot, mid, and now they've got this platform in this bottom Radiant jungle to farm through with the Alchemist, and try and keep a bit of pressure on multiple waves. So BetBoom have to fight up staircase and into darkness.
Also wants to take a fight. Does have BKB of his own. He's very tanky.
Hey, Dyrachyo looking for Rezo. Gets some concoction on him last second, and the Fiend's Gate's coming. Dyrachyo nearly tries to walk through it, and Nightfall with his BKB has to just pounce away. Cannot stand and fight there. Quinn and Dyrachyo are going to keep on chasing. BKB expires. Shadow Dance is ready. Nightfall.
Stolen arrow misses.
We go. Tofu can't land the arrow, you're right. So Gaming Gladiators don't get the catch on Slug, but they made him waste 2 of his cooldowns there with the BKB and the Shadow Dance.
It was right in the middle of 3 cores from Gaming Gladiators. Everybody hitting you. Underlord had like extra 150 damage. Also Storm Spirit. GPK doesn't feel too comfortable joining the fights when he knows that Global Silence is available. Like 1 lift, 1 hit of Ballast, and he's gonna drop. So trying to farm up his BKB on a different side of the map. Tokyo getting caught. No leaf charges available.
Yeah, stunned and rooted, but healed up with a life drain. GPK back in again, and Dyrachyo has BKB and the Chemical Rage. Pops them both and tries to run away. They've got the global giving a bit of cover. Looks like the Slog's gonna be okay, and Dark packs everything off multiple times while GPK balls towards the Rubik. Pit of Malice concoction, chain stun, arrow slides in, catches Tofu. The heal is there with a life drain on the Storm, and
great RP. Where's the follow-up?
Rezo with the empowered Slog opening up and kills off Tofu. Gaming Gladiator is still able to stand their ground and fight with Quinn, but he misses a swashbuckle. Doesn't land it on anybody. Ace and Quinn still chasing Rezo, while on the left side, Dyrachyo is on top of Nightfall. The Alchemist is hunting the Slog. Not sure it's a fight that he can win, because there is backup there for BetBoom, while Resolution, he's being pummeled down. The Decrypt buys a little bit of time. No skewer, just has a shockwave. A bit of dancing around with the Glimmer Cave, though, and Save has bought him enough space, while Dyrachyo kills GPK. Ace and Quinn still looking for Save, though. The Pugna in the Decrypt, alive only so much longer. Slain by the swashbuckle, and Gaming Gladiators with a huge pick on that Storm Spirit, but allowing the Slog to slip away.
It was a great RP from Rezo. This is no Blink Magnus, landing RP with just Skewer, which is pretty impressive. This build also on him makes him extremely tanky with Pipe, also Pugna with the Glimmer Cape. When he's close to the Aura, he has over 50% magic resistance, which is pretty nuts to think about. 22 minutes into the game, you receive like half damage from the spells. But the big one is Quinn. He started to pop off in the last couple of fights. Has Aghanim Scepter now available. Has that level 15 talent. 3 seconds shield crash. CD during the Rolling Thunder, and also holding the Arcane Rune. It's so good that you can choose your neutral item now. It's like so much better because you can choose between. Is it 4 or 5? I think I would say it's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dragon Scale on Pango, making him much more tanky, getting this extra regen, extra armor, and also overtime damage.
And Gossamer Cape on Dyrachyo. Silken Protection. Dodging 1 attack automatically. Feels pretty good. And into Roche they go.
It's gonna be extremely difficult to hit him.
I'll pop the drums. Finish off this Roche. Trying to get it done quickly. BetBoom, 2 heroes are down here. Doesn't look like they're going to make a concerted effort to contest. And they've got a little bit of vision. Too shallow, though. Can't see what's going on anywhere nearby. GPK is just moving back and forth. Can see his icon on the minimap. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Wasn't sure where he wanted to be. Maybe thinking about the steal. But in the end, it'll just be them getting out of this sticky spot in the bot lane. Getting the farm out on the top. Solar Crest done now for Rezo.
He's trying to amplify as much damage to his Slark as possible. Give him Solar Crest, Empower. Give him Pipe. Going into Blink Dagger next, what it seems. Not as effective. There's going to be a lot of damage on the ground from Firestorm, like casual Fade Bolt hits you, Acid Spray, Radiance Burn. One of the reasons why he didn't opt to go for Blink Dagger earlier.
Yeah, do you want to use it like in an ideal situation? You want to use it on your Slark aggressively, or do you want to use it on the Alchemist to stop him from hitting people?
I think he just pops it on Slark and say, "Good luck, Nightfall. Go in, get the damage done."
Go forth, my empowered Slark. Alright, put all the steroids on him. Wait, where did that Watcher go? I just saw... Am I insane? The top left Watcher, Resolution just popped it and it's disappeared off my screen?
It's you're making a lot of confusion, Garrett. Nobody knows what you're talking about. Because the map is so big, there's 8 different Watchers.
There's meant to be a Watcher near the top left twin gate, right? The most northwestern Watcher.
Alright, now we're getting into this territory. When I ask for a direction in the city, and it's like, yeah, just go south and turn southwest. The next one, like, what? Bro, just tell me, is it left or is it right? Don't confuse me.
It's like 290 degrees.
It's not like I'm Kunk. I'm just gonna bang out compass out of my pockets to see where it is.
Oh, man. Just look at the stars. Look to the northern star. Follow your heart. I mean, BetBoom relegating themselves to creep cutting, try and open up the map a little bit better for themselves. Well, Gaming Gladiators really feeling incredibly strong right now. 20k net worth Alk, Slark the only one really in contention in that top 4 pack of net worth heroes. Tier 2 falling, potentially just going to lead to a high ground push. Yeah, they walk up to tier 3s. They know they can try and break the base here, force BetBoom to fight. It's a good snipe on the catapult by the arrow from that Mirana. A glyph
it's still a lot of damage coming up from these heroes. 88 from Underlord. He does have Pipe. Super tanky. Guardian Greaves as well. Stolen. Ward. Only level 1. Zip in.
GPK. Very aggressive with his BKB, but he stanced up and just being right-click down. No buyback on the Storm. Nightfall pounces away. But that's BKB spent. No Shadow Dance. And no RP used. No Blink Dagger and Resolution. A lot of no's here from BetBoom is what I'm hearing myself say. Sad times for them as Gaming Gladiators looking just to collapse on any target they can find. The Slark is one that can stun and break, get the punches in. Rezo moves forward but doesn't RP. Skewered aggressively to save Nightfall. Bought him a bit of time, but might have to reverse polarity here. Holds on to it though. And Gaming Gladiators back to the task at hand, which is breaking buildings.
They still didn't use anything big. Still have Fiend's Gate. Nightfall wants to jump in. Losing a lot of mana.
Arrow back in. Resolution. So much control to stop him from doing anything. Stunned, silenced, disabled, and dead. Buyback is available. But at this point, BetBoom running out of gas.
Kinda hard to fight. Into Aegis. All this damage on the ground. Acid Spray. You have swashbuckles, random swashbuckles from the Rolling Thunder, Shield Crash from the Aghanim Scepter, Duraccio. He tried to solo kill Tormentor, but needs ulti, definitely, to have a little bit more sustain.
Gaming Gladiators just back out. Grab some outposts. And keep this vision up in that bottom jungle. And start angling towards, tier 2 bottom lane. Get another lane of barracks. You're just forcing BetBoom into a corner. And BetBoom like these wide open spaces where they can chase with Moonlight Shadow, Ball Lightning, Slark Pounces. Very good at starting fights if they have the vision and the targets they require. But not particularly good if they're getting jumped on. They want a bit of back and forth. They don't want to get blown up. Resolution's down bottom, maybe trying to bait them in, but the backstab is there. Onto Celery's Silencer. Storm Spirit sent back by the Rolling Thunder. They can't kill off Silencer. Celery's healed up. Ace is protecting it, bodyguarding Celery, and Duraccio is
nice
BKB'd
dodge.
up, looking for the catch onto the Mirana. Triple leap, off she goes. Hop, skip, and a jumper concoction will stop her in her tracks. Toronto Tokyo getting found out. Just need a bit more reveal. They'll find the takedown on Mirana now. A double
Couldn't
kill.
even kill the silencer there. Celery with a nice sidestep, even though he was underneath the observer ward from Toronto Tokyo. Dodges another leap. Doesn't even flinch, doesn't use global silence. Understand that he can still hold it for the next fight. And now they're gonna go for the high ground. No ages this time around, but still a ton of damage. Raccio has ulti available in 10. AC being delivered, so there's gonna be extra armor, extra protection from the team. And it's a really difficult one. You can see that Slark is struggling. Nightfall, even though he's having a good game, he still can't go in and deal damage.
I mean, Slark just loses half his HP immediately. This AoE swashbuckle from Quinn causing serious problems for the Slark, and Nightfall has to pounce away. They do still lose save and their bottom lane. Resolution just bought his Blink Dagger. Hasn't had the chance to use it. A severe lack of buybacks for BetBoom, causing problems for themselves.
Yep.
Very systematic from Gaming Gladiators yet again, though.
They want to go in from the top lane, finish off this game. They had enough. Like, it's going to be 30, 32-minute game. Kind of hard to take a fight. Rezo now has a Blink Dagger, so maybe if he lands like one of those good RPs, pushes him into tier 4 towers. Slark with Empower. I don't know if it's even enough.
It's so bloody difficult. Like, if you can't kill a silencer, what can you do? Incredible stuff to save Celery in that last fight. Oh, now you've got to deal with an Octarine core Pango. All these swashbuckles and the diffuser blade spreading out onto you.
Having Enchanted Quiver as well. Like, once it hits you, you lose half HP. You see Slark getting in, one swashbuckle, loses mana, standing in the Firestorm, Acid Spray, can't really fight. One pounce is to try to get something done, maybe steal a couple of Agi, get those Agi stacks going, and then needs to leap away with the second one.
Duraccio going to clear out the bottom lane, given the Fiend's Gate, though, by Ace. Snaps back into action, looks for this third lane. BetBoom starting things off with a jump in from Nightfall. Immediately has to get into Invis. Moonlight Shadow to give him cover. Pounces out of the Pit of Malice, but Quinn comes back in. Blinks aggressively towards GPK and Nightfall there. Spent the Rolling Thunder, though. A little bit afraid of how the fight will develop, so they back up the staircase and retreat to high ground.
Damage has been done. Roshan could respawn in a couple of seconds. It's Radiant. So let's see. It's going to be 2.5 minutes. Gaming Gladiators, they would definitely love that respawn slightly earlier. Double quickening charm. One for Mirana. One for the other position 5, Celery. We'll pick it up. Lower the cooldown on his Bongo Boots, Force Staff. And Global Silence. Global Silence has been the tool that BetBoom has been afraid of. So many fights.
Yeah, it really has. And Rezo's job right now is clear. 5-man RP or lose the game.
Yeah, good luck, Rezo.
He's going to need it. Yeah, no real dispel mechanic for him. Maybe would have enjoyed a Greaves or a Lotus Orb. But right now, Rezo just looking for Blink Skewers and Blink RPs. He will skewer Duraccio into GPK, but the BKB and the Concoction are up for the Alchemist. Nightfall forced to BKB himself, while Quinn just rolls and causes havoc in the back lines of BetBoom. Nightfall getting stunned up, Dark Pact it off and stays alive. But these Pits of Malice, and now the Global Silence as Rezo jumped in, gets immediately silenced. Can't find the initiation he wanted. And Ace just going to front line and finish off the tier
Never
3,
mind.
which is denied by GPK.
It's GPK styling on them. Kind of a rough one. I mean, he goes in, tries to get something done, can't really kill off a target because everybody is tanky. And both teams smoking up. Trying to get something done, but Gaming Gladiators, they're a very experienced team holding the high ground. They should know something is up. They see melee creep with AC Aura, Firestorm as well, and Atrophy Aura on top of it.
Yeah, there's baddies nearby.
They know. They just shown the heroes. Also seeing the aura. from a neutral item. Who was the one holding it? It was GPK Ceremonial Rogue. Try to go for this kind of a play, see if Roshan is available. Fiend's Gate immediately near the Twin Gate.
And then Quinn comes in from the back end. They spent Arrow and Skewer thinking they were going to come through the gate. In Gaming Gladiators, they delay things. It looks like Ace is a little bit stuck there between the two gates. Can't find a way around the wall. And Quinn, well, they pounced on Tofu, in fact. 4-stab away. GPK is in with his BKB. They stunned the Underlord, but he's too tanky to go on. Gaming Gladiators, they can reset and go back in. The swash, the Pit of Malice, the jump in with a shield crash. Quinn being focused by Nightfall, but they're so incredibly tanky. BetBoom can't do the damage to any of these heroes to find anything. No picks, no nothing. Reza with a skewer, still holding out on that reverse polarity, but they'll lose the Magnus before he can use it. Toronto Tokyo leaping away, but the concoction will follow you no matter how far you run. Storm into the Roche Pit, zip-zapping northwards, will TP away to safety, but Save won't have the same escape. He's going to life drain, get circled on. Duraccio just running around the Pugner to find the takedown. And a 3 for nothing.
For the last 10-15 minutes, BetBoom, they can't kill anybody pretty much. I'm not sure if they got like maybe 2 or 3 kills, but that's about it. Checking the Lotuses, very important. 1 Lotus available, 1 Lotus available on the Radiant side. This is the second Roche. We'll drop the cheese. Duraccio. Oh, he's going top.
Hey.
Stop, wait. No.
Someone put your dog on a leash. Don't let him run free.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
He's pooping everywhere. Into the gate we go. Off we pop to the top lane. Oh, wait. Hey, oh, he's come back. Roshan, what you doing? Where are you going? Hey, big man. It's night time. Why was he going back down to Radiant side? What?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's wild.
Wait, so if you use like Phoenix Super, I gotta test it. Supernova, or if you use Eclipse, does Roshan actually start moving?
I don't think so. I think it's tied to game clock.
Okay, so.
But I'm not 100% sure. By Nightfall, he's trying to stand and fight this, but that's not a brawl he's winning. Quinn and Duraccio, they've trained in these situations. The Slark can't touch him. A skewer back, does connect on Ace, and Slark pounces in with a GPK Storm, looking to blow up Celery. They get the kill on Sansa, but he buys back, and from the fountain, the impact of the global is apparent. Concoction on the Storm, but very little can be done here by BetBoom. Nothing left to give. Gaming Gladiators too tanky, still holding Aegis and Cheese. And going to be giving them mega creeps now as well.
There's the RP.
Yes. RP into what?
And the stolen RP.
Into RP again. Rubik turns it around on them. RP into Arrow did nothing for BetBoom there. Slark and Storm unavailable. And mega creeps are coming. Decrep and Veil onto this Ace Underlord, but feels very little damage as the concoction from Duraccio going to self-stun him. Doesn't go forward onto Nightfall there. Instead, they'll aim for save, the easy pickings on the Pugner. Dead with no buyback. And the Slug pouncing in for one last hurrah. GPK zips into the back. They want the dieback on Celery, but I don't know if they'll find it. He's shielded, barriered, healed up and saved. Tofu with the stolen life drain forces the GG from GPK.
Yeah, Gaming Gladiators, complete domination in this second game. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Like, why did Roshan go back?
No idea, mate.
Maybe because of Nightfall. That's the only logical explanation that I could possibly give. I gotta see what actually happened.
Yeah, because it turned night, and then he went towards Dire Side, then he ran back towards